Yo! What up, everybody? I'm Rim. Like and subscribe and watch my other videos. So, I got a short one for you all today, dear viewers. I came across this clip while editing a different one, and it gave me a bit of a chuckle before PTSD began to set in, as I had flashbacks to the olden days, back before I opted to allow the corporate overlords to hide me in a basement to build spreadsheets and count more money than I will ever see in my lifetime. And I am sure that all of you will have flashbacks as well. However, for those who have never done customer service, you be wary as well, because this video comes with a twist.
124.64. You gonna put the rest of the stuff in bags? Okay, you just damaged my cereal. I don't even want it.
It's a box. It's the box.
I don't want it. Please put my eggs in the bag. Don't break them.
Yeah, so we have all had terrible encounters with customer service people before. Man, I've been one of those people who just did not feel like dealing with people in my job where I got paid to deal with people. But instead of just staying home, I decided that my bills needed to be paid, so I tried my best. But for some reason, during every friggin' interaction, it was like I could not help but choose violence, opting to be as unpleasant as possible to people who most of the time really did not deserve it. Kind of like this chick who for some reason seems like she just wants all of the smoke that the world has to offer today, with a lady who seems like she just wants to be treated like a human being. I'll admit she is being a bit demanding, but in all honesty, it really does just seem like she's asking the girl to treat her like any other customer would be treated. If anyone watching this video has been to a grocery store before and been served by a human being instead of the multitude of computers that are taking over minimum wage workers' jobs, you should be aware that typically after scanning your groceries, they bag them for you in a specific way that avoids damaging the products that you have currently purchased too much. And sure, it can be argued that the customer can do that themselves, but that is not the agreement that the employee made with their employer. They get paid to do that part of the interaction, so like it or not, just do it. Think about it like this. It 100% is just as easy for the customer to pack their own groceries as it is for the Walmart worker to pack them for them. The difference is that the customer ain't being paid for it is all. And honestly, that isn't even the biggest issue. The issue is the chick's attitude. Because typically most people wouldn't mind packing their own groceries if they got asked to. Especially if the employee offered a polite interaction and was just like, hey, you can pack those if you want. Then typically the customer would just say yes or no and not cause a scene if they aren't fucking psychotic. And if they say no, then you're just forced to reluctantly do your job, like you were forced to do when you were being rude anyway. So the outcome is the same, but now you're just being a bitch about it. And the thing is, most of us in the world can relate to not wanting to be at work for one reason or another, and maybe being a complete ass nugget because of it. But just because everyone does it does not mean it's a reasonable thing to do. It is understandable though, especially working a job like Walmart cashier. or something along those lines. Retail is decently grueling and nerve-wracking work, in my opinion. It can even be dangerous, surprisingly. Your bosses are assholes more often than not, and it is a lot of work, on your feet all day for long periods of time. Customers can be assholes, and the average salary in Florida for a cashier is like $13.46 hourly, apparently. So I'll just round that up to be like $14 an hour, or even $15 an hour, since the average salary in America in general is like $16.83 an hour. With either salary, my point still stands. I've made $15 to $16 an hour, so I know that it's hard to fucking live on. It's not much money. You're dealing with all that bullshit for like pennies, so getting a little bit pissy is reasonable. But it is not the customer's fault. It's just how life is sometimes. You work for no reason, doing things that you don't want to do. However, that is no reason to outwardly be an asshole. Especially if you're causing other people trouble for no reason, like this chick was doing by damaging that customer's groceries. If you do not want to be working there, then quit. I mean, it might take a while because you may need to wait until you find another job, but quit and work towards doing something that you actually want to be doing. And take up a hobby that can help you de-stress after work. And honestly, if your mental health is so insanely negatively affected by your job that you just can't wait possibly months until you get another job, then you might just want to leave and deal with the consequences later. Now, being honest here, I would never do that myself because I did that once and ended up legitimately homeless for months. But if you have a safety net, like a large savings account or friends and family that will help you out, then go ahead and do it. Just make sure that it is actually temporary. Side note, I added this to my script last minute because I want to stress this. In fact, I cannot stress this enough because it pisses me off when people do this. Do not take advantage of the people helping you in a negative way. If you are someone who quit their job without having any backup plan or savings, and somebody is kind enough to let you live with them, or maybe they are rich enough to fund your life for a certain period of time, do not take advantage of their kindness in a negative way. And let me explain why I'm saying it the way that I'm saying it. I say it like that because by virtue of just agreeing to let them help you, you are objectively taking advantage of their kindness. But taking advantage of something freely given is not inherently negative. It only becomes negative when you go beyond the scope of what was initially agreed upon between both parties. If an agreement was made, or if you're asking more than what you actually objectively require, because once you're living off of someone else, even to a minor extent, you no longer deserve too many luxuries, even if you pay for it yourself from your savings account. Your luxury spending better be minuscule, mainly because you shouldn't be burning non-renewable resources like savings money while someone else is using their own resources to supplement your reserves. Do not treat the people helping you poorly if you do not have a reason to. That means if they aren't abusing you in some type of way, or using the fact that they are helping you to take advantage of you by, like, I guess making you fuck them, or like just something unreasonable like that, then treat these people with the utmost respect. This doesn't even include paying them back, because if they are like me, they won't give charity expecting a return, because that avoids conflict. So they are 100% prepared to help you without a reward, but you pay it forward by treating them kindly, not like in a special way, but by getting back on your feet and being a responsible person, so they know that all of their charity went to a good cause. And maybe if they end up on hard times, help them out with whatever you can, just don't be an asshole. All right, moving on. Also, before I end this video, let me say, don't do any of that silent quitting shit if you can help it. Sure, corporations don't care about you, and they'll sell you out at the drop of a hat. But your coworkers are not the corporation, and doing that can screw them over as well. It puts extra work on them. Also, this part is just my opinion, but silent quitting is also a sign of immaturity and a severe lack of integrity. Once again, I have done it before, and I never plan on doing it again. But I am not psychic, sadly, and I am aware that everyone falls into the trap of being immature sometimes. Even me. However, if you truly get to the point that you just don't want to put any effort in at work, just look for a new job and put your 2 weeks in when you find one. It is really not that fucking hard, honestly. You just gotta act like an adult, man. Anyway, I'm done for now. I'm Rim, and I post regularly, so come and join me. I currently have a goal of 250 subscribers as of writing this script, and I need your help to get there. So like and subscribe and tune in. I always appreciate it, so thank you. Alright, don't forget to disconnect my friends and work hard. Bye-bye.